Hi, I'm Mr. Sam, the allotment man, and this is my allotment. So hi there everybody, it is the 23rd of November and I'm putting in some new apple trees. Well, I say trees, it's a tree. It's just one, there's not any more trees. But anyway, look, here it is. It's a tree and it is from B&Q. It is a fruit tree, of course. It's an eating apple and it is a Lord Lambourne. There you are. Now, I stuck this in the ground yesterday. I basically dug a hole and then put it in the ground. Now, it came with a cane, which is a bit useless, I think, especially it gets very windy around here. And as you might notice with my other trees, I put a stake in them. So what we're going to do today, we're going to stake out a fruit tree. So, what do we need? We need some gloves. Got gloves because I have ladies' hands. And of course, I've got hammer. You need a hammer to hit things. Yeah, you need that. And you need a big stick. I got this from B&Q. They're good at sticks, and to be honest, it wasn't very expensive. It was about $3.50, something like that. Okay, we're going to stick it in the ground, and then we're going to tie it all up. So let's get on with sticking a stick in the ground and attaching it to a tree. Right, here we are. We're going to put our stake in the ground. Now, the most important thing you've got to remember about putting a stake in the ground, it's got to look good. You don't want people walking past and thinking that looks like a shoddy stake. So what we're going to do first of all, we're going to get rid of the cane, but don't throw it away. We can use that in the greenhouse or to hit people with. I do not recommend hitting people with a cane. So get the cane and throw it away. We'll use it another day. Now, where's our big stick? Here's our big stick. Now, if you can see with our other trees, we've got them at a slight angle, like so. Now, the reason for doing that is you're going to miss the root ball. Now, when I brought this, the root ball wasn't huge, but we want to miss it all the same. And of course, when we come to take this stake out in a year or two, a couple of years, we don't want to pull loads of roots away with it. So, we're going to stick it in at an angle here, like that. Okay? Now, remember, I've got ladies' hands, so I'm going to be sticking on my gloves. Okay, so got our big hammer with its genuine hickory. Okay? Very good. Okay, so before I hit this in, just so you're safe, we're just going to change the angle just a little bit. Okay, safety first. Right, just hang on a moment. Okay, now we've adjusted your viewing angle, so you're safe. Right, here we go. So, technical bit, this is the end we hit. Okay, so grasping the shaft like so, we're going to drive it into the ground. Here we go. Yeah, always remember to hang on to the hammer. It won't do its own work. Okay. Right, here we go. Right, here we go. It's getting a little bit harder now. Don't worry about it. It's quite a long stake. We're going to get it in. Okay. You ever have that feeling that you went a little bit over the top with the stake? Yeah. Right, here we go. Right. I know this isn't very interesting to watch, but bear with me. Here we go. Nearly there. Right. Right, here we go. There we go. Remember, it's not what it does, it's what it looks like, so it's got to look like the others, which is a bit further to go. Right. Right, to be honest, I think that's enough. So there we are. Right, it's not quite as far as the others, but to be honest, can't be bothered. Right, now, we're going to put our little strap on. Steady, okay. Got our little strap. Okay, don't know if you can see that, there you are. Sort of goes around the tree and everything. So we're going to do that, we'll get a bit closer. Here we are. Right then, so we're going to get our strap put onto the tree. First of all, we're just going to remove this for the moment. So, see what we're doing. There we go. Right, so how these things work. To be honest, I can't remember. I'll just have a look at that one. Right, okay, so this one goes on here like this. All right, so you've got the fat end. That goes through the closest hole to the stake. So you pull that, get that nice and tight on there. You don't have to go over the top, of course. And then the next one, that's going to go around the other one, like so. Let me just check what I'm doing here. Yeah, that's right. So it's going to go around and in there, like that. There you go. So, and that's it. It's all tied up. Now, there's a bit of movement there, and it's not rubbing against anything. Ooh. Well, that is a little bit. Never mind. I'll cope with that, I'm sure. As you remember, I bung it in the ground and I see what happens. Nothing's perfect in this allotment, as I'm sure a lot of us have that issue. Not everything's perfect, but then that's what makes it a bit of fun. Okay, so there we are. There's my Lord Lambourne. We better stick the label back on, or else we won't know what it is later on. Okay, there's my Lord Lambourne, all planted and ready. Now, having a look at it, it says plant your tree as soon as possible. Improve a soil structure by through digging before planting, ideally a depth of about 18 inches, 45 centimetres, 2 spades deep. Mix in plenty of well-rotted manure or compost. I didn't do any of that, but never mind. Soak the root ball in its bag or in a pot of water overnight. Didn't do that. Dig a hole comfortably large enough to to take the root ball. Yeah, we did that. Remove the pot and bag and plant, ensuring the top root ball is level with surround. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, tread firmly. Yeah, water. Yeah, stake the tree and secure with the tree tie, prevent rocking while roots establish. There you go. Aftercare. Stick it in the ground. Leave it alone. There we are. That is my tree. There we go. Now, just as a little bit of an interest. It might not be interesting, but we'll have a go anyway. I've done some digging since I've been here last as well. I'm going to show you 2 different things. Okay, one is a bed that I've dug and sort of weeded sort of properly, and one bed I've dug it over, but I haven't quite weeded it properly. Now the idea is to have a look and see if it makes any difference in the new year. So is there any point in weeding every tiny little root out at this time of year in November, and then just to see it all grow back anyway next year? Or do we just leave bits and pieces in and let the frost kill it off and watch the weeds grow later on next year? So I'll just show you my 2 plots, and it'll be interesting to see what happens next year. Okay, so there we are, done apple tree. Let's have a look at the beds. Right then, here we go. We're going to look at the 2 plots that I've dug over in 2 different ways. Right, so first of all, this is my bigger plot. Well, no, it's not a plot, it's a bed, isn't it? Okay, this is where the potatoes were and some sweet corn over there. So it's all been quite well broken up. Okay, I don't know if you remember last year we were talking about fine tilth. Well, this year we might actually have something closely resembling fine tilth. And of course, next year when it all hardens up and gets dry, probably won't be. But if you can see, we have a look around. I've dug it over with a fork and a spade, and I have weeded a bit. but to be honest, I've got a bit lazy, and I've left bits on top, so there's green about. But I'm going to see, because now we're getting frosts. Well, we've had one or two. I want to see if it's going to kill off what's on the surface, you know, all the weeds. So, and my theory is that last year I weeded like you wouldn't believe, and it all still came back. So I thought, what is the point? So there we are. That's that side, and this side over here. Again, there were some potatoes here, the main crop. You know, the ones that were a bit rubbish. Oh, by the way, I found out why they were a bit rubbish. I'd planted them. They were King Edwards, I believe, and it said on the packet, which I found when I was digging things up, it said ideal for baking, ideal for chips, and ideal for mashing. And nowhere did it say it was ideal for boiling, so that's probably why I had a bit of a problem, because they kept on falling to pieces, but they were really good as mash. And I gave them to some people and they said they were great for chips. No one's boiled them. Well, someone did, and they fell to pieces, so there we are. But anyway, it broke up all the ground over here as well, and my onions were just down there. So, what have we done over here? We've dug it, and we've weeded it a little bit better. Well, a lot better, to be honest. You can't hardly see any greenery on the top at all. Not quite up to the allotment god standard, I'm sure, but there we are. So we'll see if loads of stuff grows back here, or loads of stuff grows back here, or as I suspect, loads of stuff will grow all over the place, because all I can see is little seeds everywhere. So we can't stop it. So I thought, why wage war on someone you can't beat? Just get along with them, and then it'll just be easier, okay? So there we are, that's my weeding and my non-weeding. So let's see what happens next year. Might have a quick look around at the rest of the allotment, really quick, and then we'll have some final thoughts. Right, as I said, we're going to have a quick look around the allotment. It's very quick. Again, we've seen this before. This is the piece of ground that hasn't been dug over or done anything to, really. So what we're going to do, hopefully today, we're going to get a little bit of digging done. The light is fading and the will might be lacking, but never mind. We're going to do a bit of digging here. Obviously, that's where we've been having some bonfires, so some good soil there. So we're going to do some digging here a bit later on. And I've got some news to tell you about the end of the plot. Here we go. So here we go, we've got some news about my end of the plot. Now, my path now stops here. It used to curve over there, but it's going to stop here now because my friend next door, Ken, all right, he's got a lot of raised beds, but they're quite small, and he didn't get as many potatoes as he wanted to last year. So we've done a little bit of a deal. So he's going to work a bit of my plot for me, okay, and he's going to plant his own potatoes there, which is great. So it helps me out because obviously I've got all this plot here and it's a lot of hard work just for me, and I don't always have a lot of time. So Ken's going to help me out with the potatoes, all right? So when you see all these potatoes at the end, and I've forgotten that I've told you that they're Ken's, just remember that they're his and they're not mine. But it's on my patch, so I'll take credit for them. Right, okay, so there we are. So all the way up here, right, down to about here, we're going to have potatoes, and me and Ken, I'm sure we'll help each other out with that. We're going to dig that over and sort that out. And then from here, it's all just me, okay? Mr. Sam, the allotment man. Just over there, got to dig that over as well, but it's not too bad. So there we are, that's pretty much it. So let's have some final words. So here we are, final thoughts. So, well, it's not really a thought really, I'm just going to tell you what we did. We planted a tree, we staked it up, it's wonderful. It's near the other trees. Yeah, I know they're probably a little bit too close, but don't worry about it. I think I've got a plan. We're just going to keep them small. And I saw something on TV about how Asda and Tesco's grow their trees, and they're like this far apart, so they can't be wrong, can they? So there we go. Battle of the beds. We're going to see which one is more weedy in the new year, so that should be interesting to see. And that's about it, really. So I'm going to get on and do some digging, and I'm going to leave you with this. Remember, everybody, it's nice to get away from it all, and it's nice to get down to the allotment. But think about it, it's nicer to get back. So, you take care. I'm Mr. Sam, the allotment man. And remember, happy growing.